What's up, everyone? So guess what? Shocker, there's an election coming up here in the US. Who knew, right? Well, unfortunately, that does have a ripple effect for us advertisers on the Facebook ad platform because there's going to be less space on the newsfeed, which means higher costs for everyone. So what do you do for these higher costs? In today's video, I will be sharing my top tips and strategies of what you can start doing today in order to mitigate the higher ad costs. Check it out. Hey, what is going on, everyone? Alvaro here from Alvaro Barrios Digital, and today I'm going to talk about the US election. I know, boo, no one wants to talk about politics. It's not really about politics, right? You can get that news very well. It's hard to even escape it. But at the end of the day, the election, unfortunately, will have an impact on your Facebook ads. And it's because of the amount of advertising that will be taking place between now and the end of October when the election is over here in the United States. There's going to be, more competition in the newsfeed because of how much the parties will be spending on the platforms, which means less space for everyone else, which means CPMs go up, which means all of your costs go up, cost per click, cost per conversion, cost per purchase, everything. It's just an unfortunate thing. Again, I'm not going to get political here. I will just say it kind of sucks that the rest of us have to deal with this, and it probably shouldn't be that way, but that is that. We have to deal with the reality of it. And so because of that, I want to give you some strategies that you can utilize to combat these higher costs that everyone's going to be experiencing over the next, 2 months. So a couple things that you can do here. One is that you want to start running more brand awareness and engagement ads. So what that means is that you're just trying to build up warm audiences, right? So it's not something that you're driving to a conversion. You're not trying to get a purchase or anything like that. I mean, you can still do those things, but the conversions and purchases, any types of campaigns that are going for those types of objectives, those are the ones that are going to experience the highest amount of cost. Those are ones that cost the most in terms of your CPMs, and so they'll be the most impacted. So you still can run those, but if you aren't running any top of the funnel type of ads where maybe it's just a video, or maybe you're just driving traffic to your podcast, or maybe it's just a post and you're just talking and sharing information on a post with an image and stuff like that, that's totally fine too. And if you start using those types of ads, whether it be video, like I said, or something going to your podcast, or it's just a post, you can use some other objectives that have significantly lower CPM. So for example, the engagement objective, the video views, and also brand awareness. Each one of those objectives, which most people aren't using, you're going to get much cheaper CPMs. So even though CPMs for your conversion and purchase campaigns might be going up, you'll be able to kind of flatline things with the other objectives, where you're used to paying maybe a $20 to $30 CPM for a conversion campaign, for something like video views or brand awareness, you might pay $7, $8 for your CPMs. And so they are significantly cheaper. Now, I know the typical objection when I give this piece of advice is that, but wait a minute, why would I run these, brand awareness, top of the funnel ads if they're not giving me any type of return? But that's not the way you want to be looking at it. You always want to be looking at these campaigns as a buy and hold. Meaning, yes, the immediate impact is that nothing's going to happen, right? They're going to watch your video, they're going to listen to your podcast, whatever it might be. And yes, they're not going to opt into your newsletter or your lead magnet or make a purchase in most cases, right? But it's not lost money or a lost investment or anything like that, because you are building value and goodwill. You're building that know, like, and trust factor. They are more likely then to purchase from you further down the road. So the real estate analogy of buy and hold is the same, right? You buy a house, hold on to it for 10 years, and then you sell it for a profit further down the road. It's the same thing here. Thankfully, you don't have to wait 10 years in order to make a profit off of it. It can just take a couple of weeks or maybe a month or two or something like that. So it is a much faster process. You want to think of it as a buy and hold investment strategy. So yes, the immediate action, you're not going to get anything out of that, but you will get something out of it further down the road. Furthermore, is that because of the fact that you are building these warm audiences with the other objectives, whether it's engagement, video views, brand awareness, whatever, you will then be able to retarget these people further down the road. So let's say you are running these conversion campaigns, and let's just pretend your CPMs right now are $20. Guarantee if you keep an eye on those CPMs as the weeks progress, right, you're going to see it go to 25, 30, 35, 40, maybe even all the way up to 50, right? It's going to get really expensive as we get closer and closer to the election. And that's because you're competing in this same pool as everyone else. But if you're building up these warm audiences with your other objectives, so now you have your video viewers, you got your website visitors, you got your podcast listeners, you got people that have engaged with your Facebook and Instagram profiles and stuff like that, you can then run those same conversion campaigns to those warm audiences. And because of the fact that they are warm and they've been introduced to you and you've been giving them a ton of value and stuff like that, A, your results could be a lot higher in terms of your immediate ROI, and B, your CPMs are likely likely to be cheaper. There are a few variables that will go in there that can still dictate whether your CPMs will be higher or lower from your normal conversion campaigns, but all in all, if you do a good job of building those warm audiences and truly engaging with them and truly providing tons of value with nothing immediate asking in return, then it doesn't really matter what your CPMs are, because your results will be very high, right? They're gonna be like, okay, good, this person's been giving me awesome information over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe even 2 months, and now I am ready to buy. So you want to think of it that way. So yes, again, the immediate quote unquote return on it is not going to be anything, but you'll be able to profit off of those warm audiences further down the road. And this will be very important if you haven't been building warm audiences up to this point. If all you've been doing is conversion campaigns, then you have to start doing this today, and it will actually have a ripple effect on your Facebook pixel, right? Because the Facebook platform and the algorithm, they actually like it when you're running a bunch of different campaigns. If you're only running conversion campaigns all the time, you actually will experience higher costs overall, especially in terms of your CPMs. But if they see that you're mixing things up pretty well, you got one campaign over here doing one thing, another one over here doing a different thing, and then your conversions campaign over here, they like that. They like the variety. They like to see that you're engaging with people in different ways, and that'll feed a ton of data into your pixel, which give it more information, which means it'll perform better since it's a machine learning algorithm, and you'll be able to create lookalikes off of those people in terms of the extra data you are feeding the pixel during this time. So there are a lot of ripple effects and benefits to having these, upper funnel brand awareness type of campaigns. I know people are very hesitant to run them at times since they don't have the quote unquote immediate return, but there are mass benefits going on. So that's just what you want to be focusing on. The other strategy that you can do is that, so let's say you do have a conversions campaign and it's been running a long time. So I do want to caveat this. If you have a conversions campaign that has only been running for a short period, this strategy is probably not going to work for you. You can still try it, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. But if you had a campaign that's been running for, let's just say, at least 6 months or longer, that campaign is going to have a lot of data, so much pixel data built into that, and it's gonna have a very good profile of the people that convert, the people that don't convert, this, that, and the other. And so what you might want to do, and I definitely actually do recommend doing this, again, if you had a campaign that's been running for a while, you still want to run that campaign, but change the objective, or duplicate the campaign and change the objective. You don't want to do it on the live campaign. And so what I mean by that, so you're running the conversions objective, maybe take that and switch it over to a traffic objective, or maybe switch that and take it over to an engagement objective. You're still driving traffic to the same thing, whether it's a lead magnet or a purchase or anything like that, but because there's so much built-in data into that pixel over the last 6+ months, it's still going to have a very good profile of the people that are likely to purchase from you. But because of the fact that you are switching the conversion objective, you are going after the cheaper CPMs, right? Because everything that you do that's, traffic, engagement, video views, those are all cheaper CPMs. And so you won't be paying as much to get in front of people. And the pixel is going to utilize the data, all that built-in data, to still find the people that will convert or purchase your product, even though you're not optimizing for conversions. Now, ultimately, I do imagine that you will still be paying more in terms of cost per conversion or cost per purchase than you would otherwise with the conversions objective. But because of the unique situation of the amount of competition coming up on the platform, it'll probably be cheaper during this short window between now and the end of October. So, overall, might not be the best long-term strategy, but it could be a very good and very profitable short-term strategy. So there you have it. Those are my recommendations. And if you found this information useful and you would like to see if there's a way that we can work with each other, as you can see here from this video, right, in the agency, we don't leave any stone unturned. We look at all this type of stuff and look at a very high level and a very granular level for the campaigns and the clients that we work with. So if you are interested, head on over to alvarobarrios.com/FBhelp. Over there, you can fill out a very brief application just to let me know a little bit more information about your company and where you are and what your goals are. And then based upon that information, we'll be able to decide what the best path to take is, because there are multiple ways that we can work with people, whether you're a new business or a mature business, new product, old product, whatever it is. Based upon that, we'll find out what the best solution is for you. So I will link that in the comments below. But once again, it's alvarobarrios.com/FBhelp. What's up, YouTube? If you found this video helpful and you want to see if there's a way way for you and I to work together, head on over to alvarobeiros.com, fill out a form, schedule an appointment, and we'll see what the best situation is for you and I to move forward and work together. If you found this video helpful, please support the channel by hitting that like button and leave your comments below. Let me know what else you would like for me to cover, and I'll try to cover it as best as possible. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any new videos when we put them out. That's all I've got for you today. Take care and see you soon.